don't have to choose between being independent and being loved, but most women are stuck in thinking that they do. I built a life where I didn't need anyone and then realized I didn't know how to let anyone in. And in this episode, I'm going to show you the balance between emotional sovereignty and receiving so you can feel grounded in yourself and still allow love in. Hi, my name is Magda, and this is Inspired State of Heart Guidance in Love and Relationships. Okay, so many women are either overgiving or are completely self reliant or both. And to be honest, in all of those, they block connection. So if you ever felt like I'm good on my own, but I still want love, I don't need anyone, but I feel alone, I can handle everything, but I want to be held. This is the tension. Emotional sovereignty means I have myself. My emotional state is not dependent on someone else's behavior. I can feel, process, and regulate without losing myself. It's that I'm allowing myself to feel everything, but I'm not making anybody else responsible for my emotional states. I'm not blaming anybody for hurting me. I can regulate myself. It doesn't mean that we're not expressing our feelings and emotions to others. It's just that we have a control over how we're doing it. We're highly in tune with our emotionality. We are very aware of what's going on in our bodies and in our emotions. And we know how to express our needs and how to communicate our emotional states with others. We don't lose our shit, if that makes sense. Sometimes we do, but we don't emotionally vomit on random people, But to be honest, where it goes wrong is that many women take this too far and they turn sovereignty. It's my way of saying it. My friend told me that I should trademark it, that it's sovereignty by Magda. Okay, maybe one day. Anyways, so we are often the moment that it goes too far and when it goes wrong is when we turn this sovereignty into I don't need anyone. I'll handle everything. I won't ask for anything. I won't ask for help. I won't communicate that it hurt me. Like you did me wrong, just F off. I don't care. So that closes the door to receiving because all of the sudden we're being closed. So, what receiving requires? Receiving requires openness and it requires letting someone impact you because it doesn't mean that somebody's not going to hurt you. It doesn't mean that they're not going to create certain feelings inside of you. Okay. But, you know, receiving requires letting someone impact you by like support you, be there for you, and that can feel unsafe. And if you've learned to rely only on yourself, this can really light a lot of um, anxiety inside of you. That's why we are afraid to fully open up to receive because it can feel unsafe. So the balance is the key word here. The real shift is in this. I have myself. I allow myself to be met. I am grounded and I am open. I don't collapse into someone and I don't shut them down. So if you've never ever needed anything from anyone, no one can show up for you. And if you need everything, you lose yourself. Oh, and I'm going to repeat it again because the details here is important. If you never need anything, no one can show up for you. That's your guardness, that's your protection. On the other side of the spectrum, if you need everything from somebody else, I mean, by everything, you need everything. You need that person to love you, to feel loved. You need their full attention, full presence, 24/7. Then you lose yourself, because if you need everything from somebody, something, to feel happy, then you lose yourself. And the balance is where connection lives, like the true connection. So now let's talk about three practical shifts. First is, you next time you will notice where you shut down. By that I mean, where do you say I'm fine when you are not? You say I'm fine and you walk away, instead of communicating, instead of getting into that uncomfortable discussion of what actually has happened, what kind of a behavior like caused you feeling bad, feeling emotional, feeling annoyed, whatever, and then also communicating how it made you feel. Like saying that I'm not okay that you did it, that you're, for example, seeing other women behind my back, or even if you're not sleeping with them, we are exclusive. I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel chosen. It doesn't make me feel like I matter to you. If talking to some random women is so important. So, this is a very important shift. Instead of saying, I'm fine, and walking away, taking your stuff, expressing all that. Then, the second shift that you can notice and work on is allow small receiving. So let someone help you, even in the small ways, even if you can do it, if you have it handled. Somebody's offering help, take it. Doesn't matter how small it is, whether it's opening you the door, opening the bottle of water, passing someone something to you, pressing the button in an elevator. Doesn't matter, but allow it. Allow this small receiving to happen on a daily basis. The shift number 3 that it's very important is stay anchored in yourself. And what does it mean? First of all, for example, you don't abandon your routine for a man. Not anchored behavior would be, he texts, you drop everything. Plans change, your whole day shifts. You start organizing your life around him, his text, his behaviors, his patterns. Now, the anchored behavior would be, you respond when it fits your day. You keep your plans, your priorities, work, gym, calls. He fits into your life, not the other way around, or you meet somewhere in the middle. Your life stays stable no matter what he does. The second example is, your emotions don't spike based on his behavior. Not anchored behavior is, he texts, you're happy, no text, anxious, mixed signals, overthinking. The anchored behavior would be that you notice your feelings, but you don't let them run you, right? So you can still feel happy when he texts you, and like not very happy when he's not texting you, but you don't let those feelings to run you. Don't create stories in your head. You feel, but you don't spiral. Number 3 is, for example, you don't chase clarity, you observe. So, not anchored behavior would be, why hasn't he replied? Double texting, trying to fix or control the situation. Whether in anchored situations, you give him space, you watch his actions, you let behavior reveal the truth. You don't force connection, you assess it. And another part would be number 4, you can enjoy him without needing him. So, not anchored behavior would be, he becomes your emotional source, the emotional source of your happiness and fulfillment. You start needing his attention to feel good. But anchored behavior, you enjoy time with him, you receive affection, but your baseline happiness is yours. He adds to your life, he is not your stability. So here is the truth. If you're overthinking, checking your phone, adjusting your life around him, you're not anchored yet. And that's okay, but don't romanticize it. What to do starting today? Pick one rule. I don't change my plans, mood, or focus based on man's behavior. Live that for a week and you'll feel the shift immediately. If you need to keep on, like, I don't know, write it down and put it on your like wallpaper of your computer or your phone, because this is not about becoming dependent. It's about becoming open while still rooted in yourself. This is the work. It's learning how to be whole and still let the love in. And if you're ready to practice this balance in your real life, I've created a space where we do this together. You can go to the link in the bio. It's called Awaken Empress Within, and it's a very special space and container where you're going to have access to the community and all of the resources. And we also have a weekly calls. We have a different topic every week. We support one another. We cheer for one another. And if you feel like it's not like another program that you need to finish and learn, you can get involved as much as you want to. We do the carpools. We do a lot of fun stuff there. So I invite you, come and join me, because remember, you don't have to choose between yourself and love. You can be yourself in love, but to be able to get love, to receive love, you need to stay open. And this is what we're talking about. I love you and see you next time.